Hi everyone, it's Sierra. Thank you all very much for joining me here today. Now for today's video, we're going to see what messages would like to come for everyone watching today. Let's go ahead and start pulling some tarot cards. I have two different tarot decks that I'm going to be using. I'm going to start off with this one. I'm just gonna put this one right here. And we're going to see what messages would like to come for everyone watching today. I hope you're all having a good day so far today. And let's see what messages would like to come for everyone watching today. Okay. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay. The Three of Wands. We have the Lovers reversed at the bottom of the card deck. Okay. Now, I do feel like there's been some relationship issues here. That is what I'm getting. I'm going to pull more from this tarot card deck, and we're going to see what other messages would like to come regarding that. Okay, that was the Two of Swords. Ace of Cups reversed. Okay. I'm going to pull some more cards. Nine of Cups at the bottom of the card deck. Page of Swords reversed. The Ace of Cups reversed, and then the World card reversed. Okay. So something here feels like it is never ending. It feels like you're chasing something or someone, but you're all alone. They're not putting the same effort towards you. And it's frustrating, the Two of Swords here, because it's like you're a one-person army. Or even though you have someone who's supposed to be a partner to you, but you're feeling all by yourself. This feels very unfair. Like, why do other people have fairy tale stories and they live happily ever after and they have long marriages or relationships and they're just happy, and there's trust, there's love, there's passion, there's fun, there's excitement, but you feel like that is what's being lacked here. Now, for some of you, this is romantic. Others of you, this has to do with work. Others of you, this has to do with family. And for others of you, this is regarding just like a lot of things in your life, with the World card reversed here. And I do see that with these three cards down here specifically. I do feel like you are closed off to new people because you don't want to take a chance of things going wrong again. I'm going to pull some more tarot cards. Let's see what else would like to come through the cards for you all. The Fool card. Ace of Wands. With these two cards, you're letting me know that you want newness, You want a new life. For a lot of you, you just want everything to be new in your life. Your job, your home, the people in your life, the location of where you live. And you are hopeful, you are optimistic, but you've dealt with so many crappy people where you want to be mindful of where you put your energy. That is understanding, but sometimes we can get so caught up in our head, in our thoughts, in our mind, where we can make up stories of things that don't even exist, of things that don't even happen. And I was talking with someone yesterday, and they were telling me how like they're scared of certain things, and it all went back to what was happening at the start of the pandemic. I told them, well, everything you feared 3+ years ago, it didn't happen. And now you're saying the same thing, and you have that same fear of something that just didn't happen. But sometimes our mind can just make up these crazy stories of things that never happen. And I know I've met a lot of people who are like that, and I've done this myself. I'm guilty as well of imagining things and they don't happen. But then sometimes years later, it's like, why did I even think that? Or maybe I'm comparing myself to a family member or to somebody else, and their fears and their negative thoughts, it's like they're projecting that onto you, but it just doesn't happen. It could be very overbearing here with the Two of Swords and the Page of Swords reversed. When other people do that, where they project their fears onto you, or they trauma dump onto you, and then they just do it in a selfish way. And for a lot of people, they're not conscious of that. Sometimes people think it's normal depending on how they grew up, their culture. For some people, it's very normal to talk about your problems. And if you talk about your problems in an unconstructive way, where you're dealing with them and you're working with them, that's one thing. But if you're just doing it to do it, just for the sake of doing it, or just to feel better, and you don't care how it affects the other person, that doesn't really resolve anything. So let's go ahead and see what other cards would like to come for everyone watching today. I'm not encouraging toxic positivity or spiritual bypassing or anything like that. But sometimes when people make their problems our problems and they don't want to work on anything or fix anything, then what's the point? Page of Swords, where they're triggering our anxiety and our own fears, and they're making us worry about illusions. And sometimes that's how people get stuck, because let's say, for example, they're changing their job or they're changing their lifestyle or where they live, and someone tells them, oh, you better be careful because, you know, so-and-so did that and this happened to them. But it's like, well, I'm not that person. You know, we have different lives. We have different circumstances. We have the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is reversed down here, and now it's upright. Five of Cups. There's a fear of losing someone here. I'm going to pull an oracle card from this deck before I really get into what's going on there. We have Retreat. Okay. We have Wish at the bottom of the card deck. And then we have Resilient. retreat. Spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. Okay. And put this over here. I just want to sit with this for a little bit. Pay attention to the Queen of Wands. I'm being drawn to the cat and I'm being drawn to the sunflower. I'm also being drawn to the lions up here and the little purplish color that's around the sunflower. Enjoying the simple pleasures is what I'm getting over here with the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Fool card, and the Retreat card. However, with the Five of Cups here, I just feel like you're connecting something new to the past. Even though life has been improving for you with the Queen of Wands here, even though for some of you recently you got out of a job, or even things were recently a bit chaotic and stressful, I do feel like maybe the last few days of June of this year 2023, or the first 2, 3, 4 days of July of this year 2023 was probably a bit stressful and chaotic. I do see that things have been looking better. Just your own energy levels, your own mind, and also just things happening in your life, and also your own perspective with the Queen of Wands. I'm going to pull another card to go with the Ace of Cups specifically. Okay. Oh my gosh, the Lovers reversed. Okay. Can I get a little more of why the Lovers reversed is here? Okay, so something about not having this person so involved with the new things happening in your life. Because it's like they're raining on your parade with the Five of Cups here. Because you're doing better, your mental health has been improving, you're in a different phase of your life. And for a lot of you, you're just now entering a new phase of life. Recently gone through a Tower moment, or even the Death card in Tarot, which talks about rebirth. King of Cups, spiritual mastery. We have the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the card deck. This talks about new people further ahead coming into your life. People that you manifested in the past. And manifestation isn't always something that we do consciously. Okay. With this King of Cups here, this talks about spiritual mastery, but it also talks about you being able to handle what's going on and having that emotional maturity. It's connecting here to this Ace of Cups and to the Queen of Wands. The King of Cups represents somebody who's cultured, somebody who has knowledge and wisdom, somebody who is in a position to teach others, to be a leader, to be a guide to others. Sometimes people who are unhealthy or they're stuck in their own patterns, they can sense people who are natural healers here with the King of Cups. And one thing is to be a natural healer, but when you actually educate yourself and you study and you truly do the inner work, and you also learn from different people, that radiates off of you. And then these type of people who are stuck in their own patterns, or mentally they're unstable, they're drawn to you. They're drawn to that inner light. And it's not about you being such a good person and they're not a good person. That's not what this reading is saying at all. It's just saying to be mindful of setting boundaries with people. Be mindful of people who are just trying to trauma dump on you, where it's like they want to give you all their problems, they want to rant and cry to you, but they're not going to do anything to change it. They just want that emotional release, but they're not doing it in a constructive way. It's very interesting when our lives begin to improve, when we begin to improve, and people you would imagine to be happy for us, it's the opposite, where it's like, oh, poor me, why are these good things happening to you, and look at me, things are going so bad. And I feel like with whoever this person's representing for you specifically, please keep in mind there are going to be quite a bit of people who watch this video, so the message is going to resonate in a bit different ways for all of you watching. But I do get the sense that this person, they keep going back to the past, even like the past 10 plus years in their life. Like they talk about their ex-partner, they talk about how their parent died, and their parent died years ago. And that's not to take away from what has happened to them, but they do it in a way where it's due to the fact that they're not healed. And this makes me think of sometimes how there's people who go to therapy, but they don't go to therapy to really understand themselves and improve themselves and work on themselves. They do it just because they want somebody to listen to them nag. And they can go to therapy for years and years. And sometimes they get worse, and then sometimes they're still stuck. And if you've been planning a trip here with the Queen of Wands and the retreat card, and this person is trying to make it seem like, oh no, I need you to stay here, but you feel driven to go somewhere new, even if it's just a weekend, I feel like that is some opportunity that you should take. The Ace of Cups. The Three of Wands down here can also talk about feeling like you're missing out. Because if you look at this card, this person's looking out to the horizon, and there's so much ahead of them. And they're at the edge of the cliff in this picture. And in the Rider-Waite-Smith system, the Fool card is at the edge of a cliff. A Knight of Wands also talks about you wanting to just make that move. When you look at the symbol of the horse talks about moving. It talks about masculine energy, taking action. If you feel like you want to go somewhere, even if it's just a day, even if it's just a weekend, the cards are encouraging you to do so. Buy yourself something nice. Treat yourself. And when I look at this card, breathe in nature's sweet scents, it makes me think of herbs like chamomile, rosemary, lemon balm, lavender. It also makes me think of perfumes. So even if you want to go and buy yourself a nice perfume, or you want to tend to your garden, whatever you feel like you want to do, that is being encouraged here. And it's not about you abandoning this person, the Lovers reversed, but it's about you remembering to take care of yourself with the Queen of Wands. There's only so much energy you can give to another person. And sometimes our energy helps other people, where it helps them to move forward. But if somebody's stuck in a cycle and they don't want your help, no matter what you say, no matter what you do, it's not going to faze them. If their therapist can't even help them, or therapists, I could say, if they've had several different therapists, and sometimes that's where people get sick, or they get super tired, super burnt out, because they're trying to help somebody that isn't going to receive their help. And it's like this person's just feeding off that energy unconsciously or subconsciously. That's something to keep in mind. Of course, you know your situation better than I do, because you're living it. I'm not. I'm just looking at it from the outside. Okay, let's see. Going to shuffle this deck a little more. Taking inspired action. It's not about what you should do. It's about where you feel drawn towards, what you feel called to do. It's okay if you have a day where you don't tend to your problems, as long as they're not super severe. Of course, if there's an emergency situation, you got to do what you got to do. But if you are, let's say, for example, you're worrying about your home, you're worrying about this person and how they're dealing with sadness, you still need to take care of yourself. Any additional messages? Joy. Follow your joy. Spread seeds of joy like a wildflower, and no doubt you will revel in the result. Patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. And then we have resilient at the bottom of the deck as well. It's not selfish for you to have time to yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys really need to hear that. I'm going to pull another tarot card. And sometimes the solutions can come when we're on vacation or when we're having a break. I know that happened to me recently, where I took some time to myself. I took 25 minutes out of my very busy, chaotic day to just come back home, have like a quick shower, and just light a candle, sit down, meditate, and just pull a few tarot cards for myself. And in that moment of peace, there were so many messages, so many answers that came to me, and just this clarity. And it was well worth it. And I felt better after doing so. Any final messages? I think I hit the tripod, so I apologize for that. I don't want to make anyone feel dizzy. Okay, you know what? Let's see. I'm going to move over to this other card deck. We have the Ace of Wands at the bottom of the card deck. I think we had the Ace of Wands somewhere. Didn't? Maybe it was the other card deck. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, I'll use this one instead. Okay. Knight of Wands. Oh my goodness. Something else wants to come out of the card deck. Let me see what that is. Okay. Five of Cups reversed. Queen of Cups reversed. This is also representing that other person. Okay, here's the Lovers reversed. Okay, some of you are not surprised to see this person at the bottom of the card deck. Nine of Cups reversed. The Moon card. King of Wands reversed. Okay. As I look at these cards here, and I'm also looking at the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the tarot card deck, there's something about this person getting somebody else involved. It feels like gossiping or rumors about what you want to do. So be mindful of what you tell this person, because with the Moon card and the Nine of Cups reversed, it's like they can't keep their mouth shut. Like they have to go tell somebody else. And this is somebody you probably wouldn't want to know what's going on, because then they will go and tell other people as well. Gosh. Page of Wands reversed. This could be father and son energy or father and daughter energy, with the King of Wands reversed and the Page of Wands reversed. And then we have the Strength card reversed. Projecting is the message I'm getting when I look at these three cards together. You're being represented here by the Knight of Wands. I mean, we have you being represented twice by the Knight of Wands here. I'm pretty sure this was the first card that came out. I'm just looking at these two cards together. But of course you're ready. If those of you that are questioning yourselves, like, am I even ready for all this new change? Yes, you are. Okay. And it's not that you have to worry about this person's energy with the Lovers reversed. You don't have to worry about their energy affecting you or sabotaging things for you. That isn't the message here, but the message is saying just to be mindful of that and be mindful of what they tell you. And be mindful of what you tell them as well, because I mean, you are very successful in your energy, and even more success is coming to you because you go from the Knight to the Queen. You're moving up. Think of the position of somebody who's a Knight. Somebody who is a Knight, they take orders and then they have to follow through with those orders. But then the Queen is in a position of authority. I wouldn't say that a Knight is specifically in that position, but a Queen is. Okay. The Moon card, I'm going to pull, which deck? Okay, I'll use this deck, the Oracle card deck. Okay, let's see. Please remember that card readings are not meant to dictate your life. They are only meant to be used as a tool. So be mindful of how much tarot readings you are consuming. And be mindful of your own relationship with oracle cards and tarot cards and getting readings from other people. At the end of the day, this is just a tool journey. Branch out to new worlds. That's what the Moon card here. Now the Moon card talks about nighttime. It talks about the unconscious. It also talks about feminine energy as well as the unknown. But the new worlds here, I feel like there's some sort of trip or some sort of even dream with the Moon card here. maybe you guys are going to experience astral projection for the first time, or lucid dreaming for the first time, where you're connecting with a different plane of existence, or you're seeing something that exists, but you see it in a different way. Pretty much like the etheric realm. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we have uncertainty. Yeah, the moon card also talks about uncertainty, where something isn't really clear, it's hidden. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope that this reading somehow helped. I hope that I was able to provide some clarity to you all watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.